All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. What an interesting day today. It was really 24 hours, right? It was basically this time yesterday that TILRAY dropped their earnings after hours. There was so much excitement. And I think we can see a lot of that excitement in the top of the wick right here, right? But there was also a decent amount of uncertainty as well. And really, I think the one thing I didn't cover on yesterday's video that I'm going to make sure to talk about way more today, it's the markets. Look, SPX, S&P 500, we've lost the 8, we've lost the 20. We are now sitting at the edge of the 50 with the 8 coming down, right? As I look at NASDAQ, Comp Q, boom. Same story and actually a little bit worse, right? We actually haven't confirmed. I'll get into the details later, but this is obviously sitting under the 50, right? The one good thing is the Dow Jones Industrial. The Dow Jones Industrial is actually holding MAs, not coming down to the 50, instead going up, right? And hey, I've always said it. When I think about the weed stocks, I'm thinking about the Dow Jones, right? Like we're talking about farming. We're talking about nothing being sold on the internet. We're talking about selling things in an actual brick and mortar store. All of those things scream Dow Jones to me, right? Like there is no technology, this and that, right? So I think the fact that the Dow is doing better than the others is a good thing for weed. The problem is you want all the indices to do well, right? When the oceans are calm, it's a lot easier to sail, right? So I think the Dow is probably going to be the biggest thing that I talk about that I didn't on yesterday, but I mean, we are still looking for those confirmations that I echoed. Today didn't bring it. I'll tell you what I'm looking for tomorrow shortly, all right? But before we do go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video online with your friends. Comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here, giving me your time, oh, I am so grateful for it all right? So what a crazy 24 hours. I can't stress that enough. And really, this candle, I am not a candle trader. I am not a pattern trader. I'm a break a line, kind of guy, right? The one candle shape I always talk about and I always give the respect it needs is the doji, all right? Why do I care about the doji? Look, I'm going to click into it. You can see the details over there in the box. So this thing opens at $2.04. In a 7-hour day, we run all the way up to $2.15. We fall all the way down to $1.94. We end only 2 cents different than we started in a 7-hour day. And all that happened with over 50 million, well over 50 million. We're talking almost 70 million shares traded. Like there is nothing that screams uncertainty, right? Most of the people thought it should go up. Most of the people thought it should go down. They all agreed, you know what? Let's just end the day where we started and see what tomorrow brings, right? There are a couple things that look good, but believe me, there is too much uncertainty on this chart for me to make a really good educated guess, all right? Clearly, I love the fact that we're over all 5 moving averages, right? Yesterday, we were actually under 3 of the 5, right? Like we closed right here at 183. We were under the 8, clearly under the 100 and 200 as well. We are living up here as of today. That's not good enough. A doji never counts, and that's not good enough. Yep, we are definitely a penny over that 201 line. Believe me, any other candle and I would be happy. I am happy right now. You can hear it in my voice, I hope, right? But I would be more excited, but I can't be because again, the doji is just too much uncertainty, right? I'm seeing a good MACD that's positive. I'm seeing a good RSI that's a healthy 62. I'm seeing green over red and what looks like divergence. I'm seeing good volume. We are destroying. All of these are good. I have to respect this doji too. I'm telling you, today, for lack of words, didn't count, all right? And I'm not here to blame manipulation. I'm not here to blame short attacks. I'm not here to blame this, that, and those. My most logical reason for that is what I started the video with. Look, the markets aren't pretty. Let's come to QQQ, which is essentially the NASDAQ ETF, right? We have lost the 8, we've lost the 20, we've lost the 50. We're basically sitting at the 100. We death crossed the 8 and the 20. We death crossed the 8 and the 50. I mean, it seems like this thing is still going to come down, right? I know 21 is a really low number, right? So, hey, maybe we're getting close to a recovery, but we were at 19 not that long ago. Yeah, this maybe the 20 points a good point, and maybe that this 100 can hold, right? So we'll see what that does, but that's not looking pretty, all right? As I look at SPY, again, the ETF of the S&P 500, pretty much the same story. It hasn't lost the 50 just yet, but it's coming down, right? And then lastly, the DIA, which is the ETF of the Dow Jones, you can see this is the one that's looking good, right? And I'll get into the Dow Jones specifically, but just on a very high level, one of my baseline rules, and I don't care if I'm talking about a blue chip $200, $300, $500,000 stock, or we're talking about some like 40-cent penny random. The indices need to do well for the random stocks that you and me buy to do well. I'm going to reference the ocean again, because again, I think the ocean makes the most sense to me, right? When the waves are calm, you can swim out, have fun, you can bring your children in the water, and it's all good, right? When there are big, scary waves, when there's a shark or two, you ain't bringing in your children, let alone yourself into there, right? And that's what the indices are. The indices are, you know, the big waves, the calm waves. As all three of them get scary, I start thinking about sharks in the water, right? Like, we're at a place where 2 of the 3 are not good. That's more than 50%, 66% for our math people out there are doing bad, right? It's not good. Now, the one thing I said in the beginning of the video, and I'm going to say it again, the Dow Jones Industrial doing well is important. It is, because weed stocks have nothing to do with technology. There are no semiconductors from Taiwan that are built from NVIDIA or AMD that matter if those stocks are going down, right? Like, there's no e-commerce, so I don't care how Amazon's doing, right? Like, to me, Dow Jones Industrial is what this sector is, and I like seeing this. But that to here, right, these 4 candles, there's no confirmation. There's a beautiful technical bounce that, believe me, I'm glad didn't go the other way like the other 2 did, right? Let's just look at the DJ30. Let's look at the Dow Jones itself. Exact same chart, right? But that to that is nice, but the problem is these 2, neither Monday or today, Tuesday, confirm that the 8 moving average is good to go, right? So I like that the Dow as well. I think that helps TILRAY a little bit. I don't like how disjointed everything is, all right? What are we looking for? Truth be told, we're looking for the exact same thing I was looking for yesterday. I need 2 things, and neither of them happened today. I need, number 1, I need to sincerely believe that we have broken this 190 line. Yeah, we are physically over it, but number 1, doji doesn't count. Number 2, a single day doesn't count, right? I am still unsure if we're coming down. You know, someone asked it today. Let's come into the Discord. 19. LOL. I didn't even need to add the LOL. So look, do I think it will drop back to 190? It being TILRAY. You can see how much we were talking about TILRAY. All right. I think no. And it's all because of the 8 moving average. And I'm going to go into what I said below, right? But I'm seeing a couple things happen right now. Number 1, these 2 lines are extremely hard to break up. They are very hard to lose down. When they're stacked on each other this close, it makes it that much stronger, right? So to me, this looks like a very, very, very good 190 support. From there, and you can see my horrible drawing, I'm seeing an 8 moving average going up, right? And I'm not here pretending I know the math, but a gap up is good. As much as I don't like today's doji, for the moving averages, a gap up is good, and that's going to make it go floop right? Like we're going to change the slope a little bit and we're going to go a little more up, right? We're not going to maintain that same one. So I can see this getting to and maybe even golden crossing that 190, right? I'm seeing the 20 come up. Hopefully the 50 starts to come a little bit, right? But I'm liking these moving averages. And hey, as I come backwards, they have been going up, right? There's a little bit of too many lines in a cluster, right? We'll get to that in a bit. But I think the fact that since it started maybe about a month ago, give or take, right? I think that's a decent trend line that we can draw right there, right? So, the other thing is this 201. I haven't talked about this 201 at all. Yes, we are physically a penny over this. We have not broken this line, right? Yes, we are physically 12 cents over that 190. No, we have not broken the line. There's a difference between being over and broken, and I need a little bit more. Tomorrow should do it. One thing you'll hear me say often is the day after a doji tends to tell the truth. Again, there was 7 hours of uncertainty today. I don't think we're going to see another 7 hours tomorrow. I think we're going to get an answer and go from there. And I kind of mentioned it with the S&P 500, right? It seems like, oh no, it was QQQ. Was it QQQ? It was. That 21 is a pretty low RSI, and that 100 moving average is I literally just said this thing is a hard line to lose down, right? So that 21 RSI and that 100 moving average, maybe there's a reason to think we might even come as high as 470, which would put NASDAQ, right? Same equivalent move. Maybe would put as high as 17.5. I think there's a decent thing to, because again, 24 RSI, not quite at the line, but we're close to it, right? When I look at the S&P 500, same kind of thing. We're basically at the 50 moving average. That's a strong line in itself. And hey, we're basically at the 30 point, which is the low of the RSI. As I kind of zoom out, this is 2 years ago. I'm going to just kind of, I think this is a fair view right here. There's not that much more that goes too far low. Looks like we do come as low as 22. So, hey, maybe S&P 500 might come down actually 30. Again, there's just too much uncertainty in the indices, and that's what's holding TILRAY. I haven't really talked about it, but let's just flash it one more time per share just to be safe. Nope, that was a dumb thing to look at. Okay, I think here, yes, this is these are good. You've beat earnings per share by a lot. Your revenue is up 25% and you beat your estimate, right? Like by 2 million right there, easy. Your adjusted EBITDA, one thing we talked about a little bit down here, all right, give me a second, right here. So again, I'm not here pretending I'm an economist and this and that, right? The non-adjusted was negative. Okay, and there were some people like kind of bashing on that negative number. Hey, to me, that's a smaller negative number than it was supposed to be, and it's good. All right, so that was improved. Again, does it suck that they had to adjust some sort of the numbers to make it that positive 4% that I just referenced up here? To me, not really, because end of the day, I'm seeing an improvement. And hey, knock on wood, the adjustment is just a one-time thing. If anyone has some more information on that adjustment, again, I'm not here pretending I'm an economist and like understand that stuff, right? But I know some people out there are smarter than I am and have more info, right? But this is something that was coming. To me, I don't care. Non-adjusted, adjusted, it seems like the market reaction was good. If it was a better market, it would be a different story. The last thing, all right, this is what I wanted to end it on. I didn't think this was going to be that long, all right? If the market was this bad, I'm not even going to I don't even need to show the example. You know what I'm about to say is true. If it was any other moment, and I was going to tell you that 2 of the 3 major indices were bad. We just came off bad Google. We just came off bad Tesla earnings. If I was to tell you all that was going on in the world, in the market, I would be expecting TILRAY to be losing 20% in about a week or two, right? The fact that we're dojiing up is a good thing. All right, I know it's not the big $4, $5. I saw people putting some crazy targets after the earnings came. Believe me, I was excited, but there's a reason why I say let's control the excitement. Let's wait for the confirmation, yada, 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 right? So any other moment, TILRAY would have done horribly. Instead, we actually got a really nice 10%, and we got at the bare minimum, in today's uncertainty, no one thought we should go below the moving averages. I'll take that, right? So watch things outside of TILRAY as much as you're looking at TILRAY. I promise you it'll do you well, all right? I'm not going to cover the rest of the sectors because, again, today didn't count on TILRAY. Let's see what it does. But, hey, CGC didn't look too bad. We had moments, and, hey, we're kissing a break of the moving averages, right? High tide, right? It is still, I know it doesn't look good, but, like, those two right there do not confirm we've lost the 200. These two right here do not confirm we've lost the 200. We have been under the 200 for the last 5 trading days, but again, under and losing are two different things, right? This isn't pretty, but it's not horrible. TILRAY can help you here, right? SNDL, this isn't bad. Same doji that I'm seeing with TILRAY, right? Like, I think everything is just waiting for TILRAY to finish. Again, this doesn't look the best. We're holding more moving averages than we're losing, and I think if TILRAY can confirm, the rest of the sector should follow, all right? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Oh, you know it. I appreciate you so, so much.